Hello guys, welcome back today. We're a quarter of the way through the NHL season. I'm going to put my award predictions and who I think have won. Like, let's say the awards ended today, the season ended today, who would win the awards, that also, predictions, and to the awards who would win right now. Let's get into it. Let's start with the Art Ross. You have guys like Kucherov, Stamkos, Gaudreau, Braden Shen, Tarasenko. There's lots of guys that have been doing really well to start the season off. But for the Art Ross, the person who scores the most points in the season right now, of course, it is Stamkos. But I think towards the end of the season, probably still will be Stamkos. But Kucherov might just rival him for that. We'll have to wait and see. I think Stamkos is the favorable pick there, but you never know. As you know, Stamkos has been prone to injuries before. For the Hart, I think right now it would either be Stamkos or Gaudreau if ended today. But towards the end of the season, it might be guys from St. Louis like Tarasenko. Guys, of course, Stamkos might be the front runner for that. Gaudreau has been fantastic for Calgary. Really been winning them games. But Stamkos, Kucherov, there's some guys up there, definitely. But there's lots of players that could be in that conversation. But right now, right at this moment, it's Stamkos. But towards the end of the season, there's really just wide open area right there for a couple of guys to really just resurge into that conversation. For the Selke, you have loads of guys that you could pick. You got Anze Kopitar, who might win it just because he has a track record. Barkov has been really good for Florida, really making a lot of great defensive, he's not making a lot of defensive errors. A team like Florida who makes a lot of defensive errors, and Draisaitl, who I looked at the Corsi for and the Fenwick, whatever you call it, and he was really good on those stats. And Draisaitl has the pedigree of being a good defensive player. I think he has been solid this season. The Oilers aren't winning games, which might come into play there. But Draisaitl has been really good defensively. It seems like he's been really good on the Corsi and all the advanced stats, and that's if it switches the mentality of it's not just plus minus. We could see a change there. For the Maurice Richard, you got a couple of other guys, but it's Kucherov. There's no real argument right now, especially right now as we speak. But towards the end of the season, I think it still will be Kucherov. He'll get probably 50 goals, and he'll be amazing. He'll just keep rolling, and I'm afraid that Kucherov will not slow down. I'm sorry for the rest of the league, but that's just what's going to happen. Kucherov, I think, is just the front runner here. I don't think he'll slow down just because he's Kucherov and he's able to just not be going on cold streak because he's just consistently amazing, and that's just what you really need to do if you're going to get these awards. For the James Norris, there got a few defensemen there, but usually it goes to guys who excel in points. And Pietrangelo is leading in points, and he is very solid defensively. So I'm going to give it to Pietrangelo at this moment. Towards the end of the season, it might change, but right now Pietrangelo is my pick. Even my prediction to win it down the line. But for right now, Pietrangelo is just playing way too well to be off the list for anybody's awards here. For the Vezina, you got quite a few guys who have stood out. You got Hellebuyck, who have really some guys have really broken out this season. But I think it comes between two guys right now, Bobrovsky and Crawford, who I think both have really similar numbers. But Bobrovsky has been fantastic for Columbus, as always, and Crawford has been one of the more consistent goalies in the past few years. He's been doing very well for Chicago. One of the reasons that they're still winning games. You can go with either of those two, but it could change at the end of the season. But I think that those two guys are workhorses, and they'll keep consistently playing well this season. I think it'll come down to those two guys this season, and I think we'll see a big race between those two. For the Calder, there's quite a few guys in that race. It's a really quite stacked rookie race this season. Barzal has come out of nowhere. If you guys watch my last rookie season rankings, or who I thought was going to win it, I picked Keller all the way. That was about, I think it was not 14. I think it was 10, maybe 11, 12 games in the season. But 8 games later, Barzal is almost point per game, 19 points in 20 games. He is doing amazing points-wise, setting up passes. He's been doing amazing on assist numbers. He's doing decently defensively as well. I didn't check out his plus-minus, not that it really matters. But he's doing fantastic. Barzal is my pick right now. but Keller could still be a lot of people's picks just for the goals. That could also mean that guys like Butcher and Besser win it down the line if they are more consistent than guys like Keller, who might drop out just because their team is so bad, or Barzal maybe drops out. But there's a lot of guys that can go on that list that could resurge in a few games, and you could have them in the top of the race. It's really that close, and it's a really tough race to win. Now we head to the coaches, and for the coaches right now, it's Gerard Gallant on Vegas. He is just an amazing coach for them, putting in the right system for them to actually win games, get points. He's been fantastic. Vegas just is doing like blowing the expectations out of the water. Second place in the Pacific Division. They're doing fantastic, and if they keep winning on home ice, they'll just keep resurging their 7 straight wins at home ice. Of course, it just jinxes it now, but Gallant has been fantastic for Vegas, and you know, if they make the playoffs, he is for sure the Jack Adams pick. If they are around the playoffs race, he still might be in that conversation. But it all comes down to, you know, if he keeps going and if this team keeps just piling on the points, and if they can make the playoffs, he's for sure the Jack Adams. And no doubt in my mind, if Vegas makes the playoffs, Jack Adams goes to Gallant 100%. For GM of the year, there's quite a few in this race. You can go with the Blues GM, you can go with the Kings GM. But I decided to go with the Devils GM, Ray Shero. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. But he has made some great moves, signing Will Butcher in the offseason. That Taylor Hall trade is not bad at all. And just putting up that, of course, he had Hischier just laid down on his hands, which, you know, isn't really a GM move. It's picking the most obvious player, but lots of moves have been made in the offseason, and some of them have worked, and some players have just bounced back, like Corey Schneider, and a lot of players have just been bouncing back, and who knows if that's GMs or the coaches. It might just be the coaches' implementations, but the team is playing really well, very much out, and been blasted all out of the water, the expectations from the season, from the preseason, and they've been doing very well. And if of course, at this pace, they will get playoffs, and who knows if they go far in the playoffs, he'll probably be in the conversation there. He's my pick, but you can go with a lot of other picks. You might even pick George McPhee from Vegas. I don't think so. I just think that he's made too many weird moves to be put in that conversation. Somehow all of his moves have worked, but I don't think they're necessarily good moves. But you could definitely put him in on your list. But there's lots of other guys. You can put the Blues GM, again, like Kings GM. There's lots of others that could be put in this conversation. And, you know, there's lots of guys. But I picked the Devils GM just because I think that they blow my expectations out of the water. And I think they might just do... I think you might just want to put him on your list. But that's going to be it for today, guys. If you guys enjoy, make sure to like. Probably will do this again at the midway point of the season. Then, of course, I will look at award winners at the end of the season when those awards happen. But that's going to be it for today, guys. Leave a like, subscribe. See you guys later. Goodbye.